Protect yourself from misery and embrace the life-changing Our Father prayer, CONNY Mendez. In the depths of this profound prayer lies a universal bond that unites all religions. Our Father holds within it a compact formula for spiritual growth, carefully crafted by the Master Jesus to bring about a radical transformation within the soul. The prayer comprises 7 parts, or clauses, each carrying its significance. First clause: Our Father who art in heaven. Even the humblest of parents strive to shield their children from suffering, ensuring they lack nothing. If a father, blessed with abundance, resides in a state of perfect bliss in heaven, it is unquestionable that he will safeguard his children from adversity. Meditate on this truth and incorporate it into every aspect of your life. As you embrace this reality, it shall liberate you. By uttering the words, Our Father, you acknowledge, confess, and affirm that your Father belongs to everyone. You recognize that we are all interconnected as brothers and sisters. Through this prayer, you extend your benevolent thoughts to your neighbors, in alignment with the law of love. Everything that follows in this prayer stems from this fundamental premise. You are beseeching on behalf of all your fellow brothers and sisters. Speak it with intention, and may blessings be upon you, dear sibling. The essence of a father must be reflected in the nature of the child. Just as a horse cannot sire a goat, an ant cannot give birth to a bee, or a bird cannot hatch an orchid, it is inconceivable that a human can create a mouse. If the Father is a divine spirit, possessing infinite gifts and powers, residing in a state of grace where every thought, affirmation, or decree instantaneously manifests, then the child inherits the same blood, nature, gifts, and powers. There can be no other way. We are children of heaven, living in a state of grace, and our task is simply to discover how to manifest it. I am here to guide you on this path of manifestation. You are already in heaven if you so desire, without the need to become an ascetic, a martyr, or a recluse. Embrace the world that is yours, assigned to you by the Our Father. Revel in your heavenly realm, while remembering to express gratitude and recite the first clause daily, with utmost attention and intention. Adventure forth with the life-changing Our Father prayer as your shield, protecting you from the clutches of misery. Second clause: Hallowed be thy name. God's name is I Am, as revealed to Moses by the Spirit. You are aware that this name cannot be qualified with anything other than perfection. If you dare to utter or even think I am in conjunction with any negative or imperfect affirmation, you will be speaking a lie, and the consequence will be the manifestation of that falsehood within your being. By speaking the 4 words of the second clause, you express the heartfelt desire that your brothers, neighbors, and yourself uphold the name of God as sacred, just as it is. In essence, you are setting forth the intention for a language free from falsehood, dishonor, deception, error, illness, and imperfection. As you repeat this prayer, meditate on the truth inherent in this clause, and may the Father listen to your plea, dear sibling. Third clause: Your kingdom come, your will be done here on earth as it is in heaven. The Father's perfect intention, His boundless love and omnipotent wisdom have orchestrated a divine plan for His children. His infinite justice ensures that nothing and no one can come between His children and the desires they express. A wise father knows that a child is guided without coercion, taught without force, and must experience falls and setbacks to learn to walk. In the kingdom of heaven, the child is sovereign. No one inhibits their freedom. Everyone respects their autonomy and desires, while imparting teachings with immense love. The child quickly learns that older individuals communicate not to trouble them, but to caution them against unpleasant consequences. This is the nature of the kingdom. Therefore, when we utter the words, Your kingdom come, we beseech the Father to foster harmonious relationships with our brothers, teachers, guides, and neighbors. Love reigns supreme in the kingdom, guiding our actions and bestowing tireless understanding. The will of the Father is for teachers to impart wisdom through radiant inspiration directly to the heart, facilitating our evolution without delays or setbacks. The will of the Father, as indicated in the first clause, governs in heaven, and we yearn for its manifestation here on earth, which we reaffirm in the third clause. May the kingdom of love and divine harmony manifest in our lives, aligning us with the Father's will. Fourth clause, give us today our daily bread. The word bread holds symbolic significance, encompassing all our current needs. It is well known that bread remains fresh for just a single day. Tomorrow, it may become hard and tasteless. Hence, the phrase emphasizes each day. We require sustenance today. The Father has already orchestrated that everything we need as we feel the need will be provided for us. It is all prepared and belongs to us in this moment. The clause explicitly states, our bread and every day. Simultaneously, we acknowledge that it is not solely yours or mine, but belongs to everyone. We stand united, seeking that each and every individual receives their timely provision. There is no need for panic, fearing delays or scarcity, for the Father's abundance is unfailing. Confront apparent necessities by embracing the statement at the beginning of this clause, or gently assert your own. Father, you already ordered that I had this. I wish for everyone in harmony, under grace, and in a perfect way that it be manifested. Thank you, Father, that you already heard me, and you always hear me. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. The evidence that everything has already been granted to us before we even ask lies in this simple truth. Think about today. Do you not have all your needs covered for this day? Are you not equipped with the necessary resources and provisions? Now consider tomorrow. It too will be another today. The same applies to the following week or month. Therefore, there is no need for anxiety, for the Father assures us, before they called, I will have heard, and before they finished speaking, I will have answered. Fifth clause, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Every fault we commit stems from the mismanagement of the divine energy that flows to us abundantly with every passing minute, with every heartbeat. Thus, we owe a great debt to the Father, as we have squandered his energy through anger, violence, and misguided actions. Yet, when we seek immediate forgiveness from the Father, the damage is mitigated and the punishment is averted. This is because acknowledged sin is forgiveness won, and more importantly, the Father has already forgiven us. It is we who must learn to forgive ourselves by acknowledging our failures. Now, the pivotal point of this clause, just as we forgive our debtors. The way you treat others is an indication of how you can expect the Father to treat you. However, it is not the Father directly who metes out reciprocity, but his laws and principles. The Father embodies eternal mercy and forgiveness, but it is the laws that administer what each individual deserves. Jesus masterfully composed this prayer so that when we seek forgiveness, if we have not forgiven our brothers and sisters beforehand, our request becomes entangled in our throats, halting our progress. We must then promptly resolve any issues and seek reconciliation. If you find that obstacles hinder your endeavors, if you face tremendous challenges and struggle, do not attribute it to bad luck or personal misfortune. It is a falsehood. What is occurring is that you harbor resentment toward your brother. You have not extended forgiveness, or you persistently blame others for your failures. Start by forgiving everyone. Commit to saying this phrase before resting your head on the pillow at night. I forgive everyone who needs my forgiveness, to every man, woman, or child. I forgive myself and I ask the Father forgiveness. And let your forgiveness be sincere, complete, and all-encompassing, for even the slightest trace of resentment towards anyone or anything can create a barrier between you and the Father. It becomes a wall obstructing the flow of peace and prosperity into your life. Avoid repeating the act of forgiveness towards someone, as it implies doubting the validity of your forgiveness. Instead, whenever the thought arises, affirm within yourself, I already forgive him. Sixth clause, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. The Father does not purposefully send us temptations. However, it is important to recognize that as we elevate ourselves spiritually, we become more susceptible, sensitive, and vulnerable to powerful and subtle temptations. One of the most detrimental temptations is spiritual pride, which erects a formidable barrier between an individual and their connection with God. To safeguard against this, we must regularly affirm the profound words of the Master Jesus, "I am meek and humble of heart." This reminds us that it is the sincerity and humility of our heart's requests that receive a response. If you seek protection from squandering opportunities to do good, you will be shielded. Similarly, if you ask for guidance to avoid falling into subtle temptations, you will be cared for and protected. For the Bible assures us that, if the Son asks for bread, the Father will not give him a snake. It is said that the greatest of sins is the one of which we remain unaware. Therefore, ask the Father to reveal your hidden faults to you. Request that you not fall victim to seeking personal glory or indulging in personal preferences when serving and helping humanity. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Knock, and the door shall be opened. Seek, and you shall find. Deliver us from all evil. This phrase requires no explanation, but above all, seek understanding of the illusory nature of so-called evil. It does not truly exist, as every appearance of evil is merely a state where the negative pole dominates, lacking the positive pole to reveal the inherent goodness. Nothing can exist without both poles. When something expresses only its negative aspect, it is in imbalance and seems to dissipate once it finds balance through polarization with the positive. Seventh clause, for yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Indeed, your affirmation is filled with wisdom and power. It compels us to recognize the Father as the singular presence and supreme power. It necessitates the dissolution of spiritual pride, which is the final fault to overcome. The story of Luzbel, who became Lucifer due to the sin of pride, serves as a potent example of the severe consequences associated with this offense. While the character may be allegorical, the ultimate affirmation of the Our Father holds the purpose of liberating us from the perils that lie within, provided it is recited with intention, fervor, and sincere devotion. And that concludes our journey into the fascinating world of the law of attraction. Thank you for watching. To receive a very powerful ancient technique to attract abundance, visit the link in the description of this video, and don't forget to subscribe.